Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra versus the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. The biggest question that I've been getting even before the release of the actual S21 Ultra is, do I upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra to the S21 Ultra? And in this video we are going to be looking at every aspect of these smartphones and give you a precise answer. So let's dive in and get started. And the very first thing I want to talk about is the actual price. So both of these smartphones retail at the same price of $1,300. And they both start at the same storage level of 128 gigabytes. So overall, pricing and the storage options are exactly the same on both of these smartphones. Now let's move on and talk about the display, where we do have a major change. First, let's break it down. When it comes to the display sharpness, display resolution, display quality, these phones both have the exact same display. They both look stunning. They're both super bright and they're crisp and clear. So when you're watching movies, playing video games, watching YouTube videos, they're going to look exceptional, the best on the market. Now, one thing the S21 Ultra actually gets a benefit is when it comes to the 120 Hz refresh rate. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra has a 120 Hz refresh rate. It is an adaptive refresh rate, but it is only available at full high definition plus resolution. If you max out the resolution and go to the maximum resolution, the 120 Hz is not available. But when you go over to the S21 Ultra, it also has the same 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate, but this refresh rate is available both on full high definition plus resolution and also on the highest WQHD plus resolution as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You're now getting 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate on both smartphones, but the S21 Ultra is giving you the option to use it at maximum resolution. Now, one more thing to note is the Note 20 Ultra has a larger screen. 6.9 inches on the Note 20 Ultra, 6.8 inches on the S21 Ultra. So let's say you do upgrade, you're actually getting a smaller screen with the S21 Ultra. Another important thing to keep in mind for people that like larger screens. Now let's quickly talk about the build of these phones, the build quality. So real quick guys, I know we love the internet, but everything that you're doing online is basically being tracked by everyone, including your service provider. Now with NordVPN, your location and your connection can be completely hidden and secured under a military-grade encryption, so you can surf the internet without a trace, no matter where you are, whether that's your home or in a public location. So if you do care about your privacy and your security, grab NordVPN. It's so secure, it even allows you to trick the system by making it look like you're surfing the web from another country, while you could be sitting in the United States, so you become untraceable and hack proof. Now, if you go to nordvpn.com/org/SAKITECH, what you're getting is 70% off, plus you get 1 month free, and of course you get nothing to lose because you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So make sure to use the link nordvpn.org/SAKITECH, which is also linked down below. It's time to become untraceable. Now let's quickly talk about the build of these phones, the build quality. Exactly the same. Note 20 Ultra, S21 Ultra, they both have Gorilla Glass Victus as their glass construction, and then they have a metal band around the edges. So they're durable, high quality builds on both. They're equally well built. Now when you move on to design, things differ a little bit. The Note 20 Ultra has its signature boxy, professional looking design, which I prefer over the S21 Ultra's curved corners. It's a more rounded design as opposed to the boxy design of the Note 20 Ultra, but that's all going to be completely subjective and it's going to be up to you. I just prefer the Note 20 Ultra myself. So there's nothing here that would warrant an upgrade as far as the build quality and the design of the phone is concerned. Now when you flip over the cameras, I do like the new styling on the S21 Ultra's camera. However, it is pretty clear that the Note 20 Ultra is also stunning, crafted with precision. I think both of these phones look stunning. It's all going to boil down to whether you prefer a boxy, professional look, a little bit more playful, rounded design on the S21 Ultra. Now let's move on and talk about the processor. Here again, the S21 Ultra is going to see an upgrade, which is usual. It's the newest phone on the block, so it's going to have the latest processor. The key is going to be, is the processing upgrade worth the actual upgrade? Okay, so the Note 20 Ultra has a Snapdragon 865 Plus processor, which is plenty powerful. Even today, it is still a flagship processor in my opinion, but the S21 Ultra now has the Snapdragon 888 processor in the United States, and most of the rest of the world gets the Exynos 2100 processor. So this is going to bring a 10 to 15% increase in overall performance. Now, in real life, is this performance going to matter? Absolutely not. So if you're in the upgrade boat, do I upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra to the S21 Ultra? You probably should not worry about the processor at all. Because even though you're getting the newer processor, it's really not going to do anything for you, because the Note 20 Ultra still is capable of playing the heavy-duty games, running the latest applications, super smooth, and the overall experience is also silky smooth. It's going to be the same on both smartphones. You're not going to notice that performance upgrade as much as you think, even though physically there is an upgrade. So in my opinion, the processor is not going to be a big deal. Now let's go move on and quickly talk about the battery life. This is going to be a little bit tricky because the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra now has 5,000 milliamp hours of battery. The Note 20 only has 4,500 milliamp hours of battery. So you would think that the S21 Ultra is going to get more battery life than the Note 20 Ultra. But here's the problem. Going back to the 120 Hz refresh rate, when you have 120 Hz refresh rate and the maximum resolution enabled at the same time, it is simply going to eat more battery than when you have 120 Hz enabled with the full high definition plus the medium resolution, which is what the Note 20 Ultra has. So for anybody running the S21 Ultra at maximum resolution, maximum refresh rate, the battery life is simply going to be same. Both of these phones are going to give you a full day of battery after a full charge. So again, not a huge concern in my opinion. Both phones have support super fast 25 watt charging. So they'll charge fast. They'll go from 0 to 100 within 1 hour and 10 minutes, no problem. They both have wireless charging. They both have reverse wireless charging, so you can charge other products on the back of any one of these phones. So again, so far in the battery department, there's nothing dramatic happening. Now let's move on and talk about the S Pen. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra now gets S Pen support. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra already has the S Pen, and also there's a slot in the Note 20 Ultra's body where you can insert and hide the S Pen. With the S21 Ultra, you don't have that option. You have to buy the pen separately, and then you have to buy a case, a specialized case that can actually hold the S Pen and your S21 Ultra at the same time. So that also goes back to the price. With the Note 20 Ultra, you don't pay for the S Pen. The S Pen comes free. With the S21 Ultra, if you want the S Pen, you have to go and spend another couple bucks to actually buy it, and then you have to buy a case to put the S Pen in the case so it becomes portable, goes wherever you go with your S21 Ultra. The S Pen functionality is going to be approximately the same on both of smartphones. You can write, you can sketch, you can navigate using the S Pen. You have these specialized software functions you can do with the S Pen. But with the Note 20 Ultra, the S Pen is in the body. Okay, it's got a slot in the actual body. With the S21 Ultra, you have to first buy it, then buy a case, and then it becomes portable to go. Now next up, I'm going to talk about the fingerprint sensor. Both of these phones have an in-display fingerprint sensor, but the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra now has a slightly larger fingerprint sensor hiding under the display, so it's going to be more fast and more secure as opposed to the one on the Note 20 Ultra. Again, not by a huge margin, but there is an improvement in that category. Alright, so the final thing I want to talk about has to do with the camera. So the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra cameras have seen an upgrade. On the front, the S21 Ultra is going to give you 40 megapixels. The Note 20 Ultra is going to give you 10 megapixels. So if you're satisfied with your selfie performance on the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, there's nothing to think about here, not a big deal. On the rear cameras, the S21 Ultra gets one extra camera. So the Note 20 Ultra has triple rear cameras. We have a 108 megapixel main camera, and then we have an ultra wide and a telephoto camera, and they're both 12 megapixels. Now on the Samsung Galaxy Note 21 Ultra, we also have a main 108 megapixel camera, and then we have a telephoto camera and an ultra wide camera. Both of these guys are actually 10 megapixels, but then we have a fourth camera, and that one is an additional telephoto camera, also at 10 megapixels. So you're getting an extra 10 megapixel telephoto camera, which is going to enhance your zoomed in shots. So you are going to see a slight improvement on the S21 Ultra when it comes to cameras, but it's not going to be anything dramatic. For the average consumer, it probably looks exactly the same. Now, if you want to be a pixel scientist and you want to inspect every little pixel, of course, the S21 Ultra is going to have some improvements. There's going to be software improvements, there's going to be some sensor improvements, and then you have that extra camera for better zooming in capability. But again, this is not something the average consumer is even going to care about. The reason especially being because the Note 21 Ultra already has such an amazing flagship level camera that having 5 to 10% improvements really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't warrant an upgrade. So that was the final category I wanted to talk about. Now let's do a quick summary. We talk about the price, which is almost the same. The storage is the same. Display is the same, except for the 120 hertz refresh rate option. Something to think about for people that really care about this feature. The build is the same. The design is going to be up to you. The processor, of course, is going to be better on the S21 Ultra, but in my opinion, again, not strong enough to warrant an upgrade. Same with the battery life. Nothing dramatic here. It's not like you're getting 50% increase in battery life, but rather maybe just 5% of extra battery life, which should not warrant an upgrade in any way. And then I explained the S Pen situation to you. It's more convenient to have the S Pen on the Note 20 Ultra, period. So overall, if you just crunch this information all together, and if you own a Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, you do not have to upgrade to the S21 Ultra. The Note 21 Ultra is still going to satisfy you as a flagship. You can wait till the Note 21 Ultra comes out, but even then, I don't think it's going to be a big, huge difference. So, okay, to answer your question, if you're in the market and if you want to upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra to the S21 Ultra, do not upgrade. If you're in the market to buy one of these phones, whether you want to buy the S21 Ultra or the Note 21 Ultra, they're the same price. I would just go with the S21 Ultra. Unless you want the S Pen, I would just go back to the Note 20 Ultra because it's a more convenient S Pen device. With the S21 Ultra, you're going to have to spend extra money on a case and the S Pen to get the functionality. If you don't care about the S Pen and you're in the market to buy either one of these phones, then you can get the S21 Ultra if you want, because they're the same price, and with the S21 Ultra you're simply getting the most up-to-date processor and other features I mentioned. But remember, if you already own a Note 20 Ultra, do not upgrade to the S21 Ultra. It is not going to be worth it at this point in time. Maybe next year. Alright, so that is the conclusion. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below and let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day. Let me know what you ended up doing in the comments below.